So I've found some comments complaining about 1Password, or more specifically about how it's not immediately clear how to use it. So I'll be explaining that right now. After this 1Password tutorial, you should have no problem using this password manager on any device. Now, I'm not going to go through installation in this video. If you've ever installed an app on Windows, you already know what to do. And all other OS literally requires is a single click in the App Store. What's more important is importing passwords into your brand new empty 1Password vault. This is an essential step, as you shouldn't retype every password by hand unless you've been using pen and paper to store your passwords before. Then there's no escaping the typing hell. But if you've been keeping passwords in another password manager or in a browser like Chrome, then the importing is easy. First, go to Chrome's password manager, navigate to settings, and choose download file in the export passwords section. So this is going to produce a .csv file. Now, all you have to do is open 1Password, find this import button, choose Chrome, and add the file you've just created. The process will be very similar as long as you're using 1Passwords. Export passwords from other browsers or password managers and put them into a new one. After you import all your old passwords, you'll obviously need to add new ones at some point. So here's how you do it. First, click here where it says New Item. You can choose Login or Passwords. It will open a new form for you to fill. There's no need to force yourself to come up with super complicated passwords either. There's a 1Password password generator for you to use. Just scroll a bit and you'll find it ready to create a perfect password for you. I personally like all the customization options, but I agree it is kind of confusing to have it hidden behind so many layers. NordPass, for instance, has a generator as a side feature. You can use it even if you're not creating a new vault entry. This seems a bit more reasonable to me. As you can see, 1Password is easier than it seems. If you want to try importing your passwords and seeing how it goes, use the links in the description or this QR code, and they're going to help you try out 1Password with a huge discount. All right, regarding password management, 1Password makes sorting passwords into separate vaults pretty easy. If you didn't know, vaults are these lovely little folders here you can use to separate passwords by function. For instance, I have a separate folder for work, one for entertainment, and of course, who can forget a folder for 1001 tax-related nightmares. Now, to create a vault for your own, select New Vault on the homepage. You can choose between one of the preset names or make a custom one. Here, you can also configure the vault management, who can edit or add new passwords. This is useful if you have a family plan or your workplace uses 1Password. Now, after you created and filled your vault, don't worry about losing track of your passwords. This search option can help you find specific login details. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. As I mentioned a bit earlier in this 1Password tutorial, this provider has a great family plan. So how do you share passwords with family members or maybe even friends? So let's say I want to share this NordVPN account with my friend. First, I click the item that needs sharing, then I select Share. To begin with, I need to set the link expiration time so that the link can't be passed on to other people and stops working after a set amount of time. Additionally, I can make it so that the password can only be viewed once. After that, I just enter the recipient's email address and send the password. So this one-time password sharing is really nice, but when you have multiple people in your family plan, it's much easier to just add or remove access to specific vaults from any user at any time. One more thing I want to showcase is auto-filling. With 1Password, I spare myself the trouble of typing my passwords by hand. First, I installed the 1Password extension on my preferred browser. Let's make it Chrome, for example. Secondly, I log into the 1Password account and go to any website I need. Lo and behold, the third step, click the 1Password login form. Choose the account and password to use, and boom, I'm in. This works with every website as long as you save the password in the app. That said, as I've covered in my previous 1Password review, password managers recently added a new feature called passkeys. With passkeys, passwords are essentially needless for some websites. Instead, the website and password manager exchange special keys that determine the user who's logging in. This way, there's no risk of forgetting or losing a password. My password manager app manages the entire process. You can create passkeys just like any other password, but not all websites currently support this login method. All right, with this, you should know how to use 1Password and its primary functions. However, if something is still unclear, please leave me a comment. Remember, you can always get a discount on your 1Password subscription through the link in the description or in this QR code. All right, give them a try. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.